And I think one of the main issues is talking about what Pedal has done. A lot of people know from back in the day what Pedal did, but do these new people know what Pedal does? No. I think starting with that will be good.
Yeah.
Talking about what's currently going on with the lead-based stuff. Like, for example, we moved into our new place in July. And Juliana's never lived in Pilsen. She always heard it was bad until we started dating, and she lived with me for a while, and she said, okay, this is not a bad place.
Yeah.
People say this.
Yeah.
And she knows I'm very passionate about Pilsen. So when we moved towards Miller Street, people started to do work. And they're like, wait, what's that going on? So we asked our neighbor, what are they doing? He said, it's remediation. Remediation from what? Oh, the lead. Shit, we didn't know that. And, so those are things like right away, they're like, does my faucet have lead? Am I going to get lead? Is my daughter going to get lead? Like, what's the exposure? They're like, things like that. And it's not to scare people.
Yeah.
But I think everything stems from education. We're just educating people on what's going on. And I think right now there's a time that it's needed, and I think Pedal can be a huge factor when it comes to that.
Yeah. So just on your note about gentrification too, so ever since the plant shut down, not that this was like the full cause or anything, but obviously like the demographics in Pilsen have changed a lot too.
Yeah.
And similarly, the demographics of Pero itself has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? And like, how do you think that affects their organizing?
Well, one, the demographics have changed for these groups because a lot of the people have moved away. Is one of the main things. But you also have people moving in who actually care. There's a lot of people who are non-Latino who care about Pilsen just as much as me. They moved into Pilsen because they love the culture.
Right.
So they want to join groups to be a part of it. They want to feel part of the family. And in order to do that, they want to feel that they want to provide action.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. They're joining groups like Pedal. There's a lot of members of our Pilsen Neighborhood Watch who are non-Latino. And sometimes they feel, discriminated against because people go on there who are from back in the old days and like, you're the one causing problems. So it's like bickering back and forth. And, somebody who's like myself who's been there, it's like, it's not new people moving in that are problem. I believe the Latinos are the ones, our people who we sold the property. We're the ones who says, I'm not going to fix upstairs. I'm not going to fix downstairs. I don't want to redevelop, keep up with the property taxes. So I'm going to move north. I'm going to move north. I'm going to move south. I'm going to move west. I think where our elected officials dropped the ball was educating the Latinos now because there's a lot of grants out there. There's tax appeal workshops in which we can say, hey, you know what? We can save money to fix upstairs and downstairs, and we can be the owners. Right now, 72% of the people that move into Pilsen are renters. 80% of those people are Latino. So if the Latinos moving in are not homeowners, they're renters.
Yeah.
So how do we make them renters? How do we make them homeowners?
Yeah.
So I think that's part of what the demographics and why it's changing.
Yeah.
People are moving in. The turnaround rate's maybe 2 to 3 years. So people are coming in, they feel the culture, they had a great experience in Pilsen, and they're going somewhere else to Logan Square, Wicker Park. So I think the demographics are going to continue to change over time. But there's a lot of families that have roots in Pilsen that are still there that want to be a part of it. I think Pedal just has to reach out to those families.
Yeah. So this is kind of the golden goose question. No wrong answers, and you kind of already went into it. But so Pero, is struggling to organize residents in a lot of ways. And partly it's because, our fights are invisible. Yeah. Lead, soil, air, all those kind of things. How do you think that Pero can do a better job at engaging the residents of Pilsen?
So I think first it has to establish a concrete platform. A platform that's not only on paper but visible. People are visual learners. They like to see things.
Yeah.
You can go out there and say the stats on this and that, but what are they seeing? That's number one. Having a good platform.
More clear demands.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is one. Having more town hall meetings. Small coffees at Jumpy Bean or La Catrina or the Lozano Library. And initially, you may not get a lot of people, but people like